Hello everyone, welcome again to my channel. So today I'll be teaching you how to make shrimp beaded pearl bag, a very beautiful bag. I am so thankful to each and every one of you for the love and support. Let's get started. Hello and welcome back. So on my table here I have 8mm pearls, and this is how it's looking like. This is a beautiful color of these pearls. It's in 8mm. I have my 50-pound beaded line over here. That's what I'm going to use. So let's get started. This is the bead. You can use any choice of your color, any choice of your bead that you want to use. This is what I'm going to use right now. So we are starting with 6 bead on the line. I put 6 bead on this line, and I'm going to cross the other line into the last bead and pull. So we are starting with 6 bead. We'll make a little ring like this. This is how it's looking like. The next ring, this line, I'm going to add 5 bead. 5. And I'm going to cross the other line into the last bead and pull. Like this. You see, both rings have 6 bead, but they have one in common. One common 6. So this line into the next bead. I'm going to add this line 4 bead. I'm going to cross my other line into the last bead and pull. This line into the next bead. I'm adding 4 bead to my line, and I'm going to cross and pull. This line into the next bead. Going to go through this bead, and I'll be adding 4 bead. 4 bead. I'm going to go through the next bead again. I'll be adding this line 4 bead. Because this is a 6 flower beading, each ring takes 6 bead. So if your line is in 2 bead, you have to add 4 to make that 6. So you please take note of that. This line into the next 2 bead. Like this. Go to first, second. So for this first step, I'm going to end with 3 bead. Going through all these 3 bead, and I'll be adding 3 bead to complete the first step. This line into the next bead. Going through the next bead, and I'm adding 4 bead to the line. I'm going to go through the next bead and add 3 bead. So with this row that I'm making, I'm going to create 6 5 6 5 in each ring to make it round. So this line into the next 2 bead, this and this one. So each ring is 6 and the next one is 5. 6 5 6 5. I'm adding 3 bead to my line. Now into the next bead. I'll be adding 3 bead. I'm going to go to the next 2 bead, this and this one, and add 3 bead. Into the next bead, 3 bead. Next 2, I'm going to go to the next 2 bead, this and this one. And I'll be adding 3 bead. Oh, my bead fell. Okay, I got it. Now I'm going to go to the next bead and add 3 bead to the line. Into the next 2 bead, next 2. You have to take your time and trust the process, and you're gonna get the same exact thing. I'm adding 3 bead over here. Into the next bead, 3 bead. Next 2, I'm going to the next 2 bead. Okay, this is 1 and the second one, 3 bead. Now the next 2 bead, and I'll be adding 2 bead. So here we complete the second step. You see the round shape? It gives us the round shape that we have. Now I'm putting a new line into the bead. This is where my line is, in 1 bead, okay? So I put my line in 1 bead. This is how it's looking like. And on my line, I'm going to start with 6 bead. That's 6 bead I put on the line. And I'm going to cross my line into 2 bead. So make your line should remain in 2 bead, not 1 but 2 bead, like this. Okay, I'm going to go through the next bead like this. You see how my line is in 2 bead, this 2 bead. Make sure your line remain in 2 bead. Into the next bead. If you miss this step, you're not going to get the round shape of the bag. So you take your time and do it. So I pick 4 bead again. You see, I have to go back and put, my line is in 1 bead. I have to make sure it's in the second bead. That's what I'm and pull. Into the next bead again, this line into the next bead. And add 4 bead. Make sure your line remain in 2. Into the next bead, I'm going to go through the next bead. And I'll be adding 4 bead. Into the next bead, 4 bead. So make sure your line remain in 2 bead. Don't forget, if it's in 1, you are not going to get the shape like this. Don't forget to remain, so that your line remain in 2 bead. This line into the next bead. And I'll be adding 4 bead. 4. Go to 2 and pull. So over here we are going to go through each bead and add 4 bead until we complete the whole circle. Now I'm on my last one over here. I'm going to go through. This is how the shape is looking like. Here I'm pulling my line through the last bead. That's my last bead I'm going through over here, the next bead. And I'm going to go through the 2 over there on the side. Like this. This is where your line should be. And add 2 beads to complete this step. Like this. This is how our shape is looking like. So we are going to go ahead and continue with our beading this line into the next bead. Go to the next bead and add 4 bead. 4 bead. I'm going to go to the next 2 bead, the next 2. 1, and this is the second one. So I'll go to the 2 bead and I'll be adding 3 bead. I'm going to go to the next 2, this and this one. 3 bead. Into the next 2 bead. 3 bead. I'm going to go through the next 2. And I'll be adding 3 bead over here too. So this stage we are going to go through 2 and add 3 bead. 3 bead. So continue to go through 2 and add 3 bead round and complete the circle. Here I'm going to go to the last 2 and this one on the side. I'm going through the last 2 bead over here. So I'm just showing you how to step up and continue again. So I'm going through the side bead over here. This is where my line is. So my line is in 4 bead, like this, 4 bead. And I'll be adding 2 bead to complete this step. So over here I'm just going to tie my line, tie nice and neat, and make sure everything is well put together. So I'm just tying in between these 2 bead over here. I'm just tying between the bead, pull tight and nice, and now continue my work. So now that I tie, I have to position my line again, okay? So we are going to position the line again. I'm going to go through the bead with 1 line. Pull 1 line through the bead and pull. So you have both lines on the opposite side, like this. Okay, so we continue. I add 3 bead to my line. And pull. Now into the next bead, 2 bead. Into the next bead, 2 bead. Into the next bead again. Over here we are going to go through each bead and add 2 bead, 2 bead. Into the next bead, 2 bead. I'm going to go to the next one and add 2. This is an easy bag everyone can make. You can make it yourself. Everybody can make this because it's very easy. Just follow the steps and trust the process and you'll be fine. So I add 2 bead over here. Go to the next bead and add 2 bead. I'm going to go to the next bead again and I'll be adding 2 bead. So continue, go through each bead and add 2 bead. Now I'm about to complete. This is how it's looking like. So we are going to build on this 3 bead. I complete the first step. Now I'm continuing again with 3 bead. I start again with 3 bead, go to the next bead and add 2 bead. Into the next bead, 2 bead. I'm going to go to the next and add 2 bead. Add 2 bead to the line. So this is how it's looking like. Okay, this is the second row that we are building over here. And we are going to continue the same thing, go through each bead and add 2 bead. This is how it's looking like. You see, I complete the second row and now it's taking shape. Very beautiful. So I'm going to continue to build on this one off camera, so you to do yours and we meet back over here. And now I made 8 rows so far. This is 8 rows that I made. Okay, this is how it's looking like. It's the same width. We go through each bead, 4 flower beading over here. So we go through each bead and add 2 bead. I'm going to continue to weave mine over here. I'm adding 2 bead. The same way we weave, the same thing we are going to repeat over here too. I'm going to go through the next and add 2 bead. So this is what I'm going to repeat over here to do on this stage too. I'm done with 8 rows already, so we are going to make 14 total. 14 rows. That's what we are going to make. So I make 8 already and I'm going to continue to make 6 more. So I'm going to go through the next bead and I'll add 2 bead. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and also turn on your notification for any new video that I'll be uploading, so you don't miss out on any. And to all my members and to subscribers, I am so grateful for the love and support. Thank you. 2 bead. And I'm going to go to the last bead. This one, I'm going to put my line through this middle bead right here and the last one at the end, like that. And I'll be adding 1 bead to complete that row. 1 bead, okay? You have to complete with 1 bead. If you take 2 bead, that means you made a mistake somewhere. Only 1 bead to complete. That's where we step up and complete. So I'm going to continue to do the rest of the row. I'm going to complete and make it high. 14 rows in all. 14. Okay, now I'm done with making my 14, and now we have to make the shrimp, the design on it. So I leave this and I'm this one and I put my line through the second bead. Let me pull it nicely for you guys to see. So I leave the first bead and I put my line through the second one right here. I'm going to add one bead on each line like this. Okay, then I'm going to cross both ends of my line into this third bead and pull. I'm pulling it down like this. Now I add one bead again, one bead on each line. I'm going to cross again into the third bead and pull like this. Now we have two flowers. We have two flowers over there. Then add one more bead to the line again. Okay, this is two flowers, and we are going to cross. This is where the line is. We are going to cross in this one. So you hold it like this. The next bead, cross your line into the next bead and pull. I'm crossing my line here. I want you to watch closely to see what I'm doing over here. Cross and pull. Okay, now we're done with one. Pull and pull tight. So what I'm going to do here, did you see this? This is how it's looking like. So what we are going to do, we are going to leave two flowers in between each, this and this one. I'm going to leave it too. So I'm going to work my way with my line into the third flower. So here I'm crossing my line into the bead. I'm just making my way, go through this one, going to go through this, and I'll come to this one. I'm going to make this first step for you guys to see, then this one, cross into that one. The other one too, we are going to walk our way the same way and come to the same bead. Pull, go to the next bead, I'm crossing into the other one, this one, and into the other one like this. So this is where our line is. Okay, so we are going to repeat the same thing again. It's the same line that we are using. Let me adjust this very nicely. So I'm going to pull on each line one bead, adding one bead on each line, and I'm going to cross both ends of my line into the third bead and pull down like this. Then we repeat the same thing again, one on each line like this, cross both ends of the line into the third bead and pull. And now we are going to pull one again. So this is two flowers that we made. Put one again on each line like this. Then you are going to cross on the bag. You are going to cross this. This is where we put one on each line, cross into the next bead and pull. So they are going to cross in this one. I'm pulling my line through. With this one, you can decide wherever you want to pull this shrimp up. Pull. Then you are going to leave two flowers in between again. So this is how it's looking like. So we're starting with two and we are going to continue to make that design. You decide where you want to put it. You can decide to make it or use different colors for this design. That's what you have to do. So I'm just going to work my way into the bead and go to the next one. With this, we are using the same line, okay, the same line. I'm just working my way with the line into the next bead, like this. So this is where our line is. You're going to repeat the same thing. Add one bead on each line, cross both ends of your line into the bead and pull, like this. Then repeat the same thing again. One bead on each line and pull. Now I'm going to pull one on each line again. Then I'm going to cross like this. We have 2 flowers and we add one bead on it again. Then I'm going to cross my line into the next bead. Next bead, this one. This right here. We are done with 3 and 1 more to go. So we are going to leave this and this one. Then we put a line through the 3rd one. This and this one. Then we cross into that one. Okay. So I'm going to cross. First, let's look at how the shrimp is looking like. This is how it's looking like. It's looking pretty already. Very, very beautiful. So we are going to cross into that. My line is in that already. So I'm putting one bead on each line again. And I'm going to cross both ends of my line into the 3rd bead and pull. Pull down. Repeat the same thing. One each bead, one bead on each line, and cross into the 3rd one and pull down. I'm going to cross again. Pull one bead on each line, and now this is what we have, like this. So I'm going to cross into the next bead and pull. I'm going to cross my bead again like this. I'm going to cross into this one. Just the next bead, cross into the next bead. Okay, this is where my line is. I'm going to cross into this one over here and pull. This is very, very simple, easy to do bag. Everybody can do it. Cross your line into the next bead, and now my line into both, so I pull it down. Now we got 4 shrimp done, 4 shrimps done. Okay, this is how the design is looking like. This is how it's looking. So over here you can decide on where to put it, which colors to use. You design your own bag. Okay, you design it. That is how you do it. You can decide to do it the other way or this way. This is how it's looking like. So this is one side and this is the other side. Look at how beautiful it's looking like already. Very, very simple to do. So this is the technique we are going to use to repeat and make the shrimp all around the bag and complete it. We are going to continue. I'm going to count 10 over here, 10 on each side. Then I'm going to continue. So we are going to repeat the same thing over here. So over here too, I'm repeating the same thing, and I'm just going to cross my line into the next bead and pull. So I'm crossing both ends of my line, cross this one into the bead and pull. Pull nice and tight. Okay, so this is how it's looking like. Continue to make it to the end. This is what we've done so far. This is what I've done so far off camera. Okay, this is how it's looking like. Very, very beautiful. It's looking pretty already. So with the shrimp too, you can decide to display how you want it in your bag. So over here, this is the side, and in the middle over here, I want to use black bead in between, so the color can show. Over here, I'm going to use, this is 5 over here. I'm going to pick the middle and then make one line over there with black bead. So I'm going to leave the first and go to the second bead. The first, go to the second bead like how we did. I'm I'm doing the same thing over here. Add one bead on each line, then cross both ends of your line into the third bead and pull like this. Cross it and pull. Now I'm going to add again one bead on each line like this. Take another bead and cross both ends of your line into it and pull. Now I'm going to add, this is how it's looking like. I think the black is showing better than the white, so I'm going to add one bead again on each line. Then I'm going to cross both ends of my line into the next bead on the bag. This is how it's looking like, one bead. Okay, so we are going to cross both ends like this. Cross both ends of your line into the next bead. Cross the other line too into the same bead and pull. Like this. And pull and pull tight. This is how it's looking like. So we have one. I'm going to continue. We're going to 1 2, leave it and go to the third bead. So I'm going to work my way into the bead and come to the exact bead that we have to put it. So I pull my line to the same spot right here, and we are going to repeat the same thing. Add one bead on each line. Then take one bead and cross both ends of your line into the bead and pull like this. Cross both ends of your line into the bead and pull. Now we are going to repeat again. Add one bead on each line. Cross both ends of your line. This is one bead right here. I'm crossing both ends of my line. Into this bead, pull it down. I'm going to add one bead again on my line, this line. I think the black is showing clearly. It's showing better than the pearls, the white pearls. So like this, you do like this, then you cross both ends of your line into the bead, the next bead. So I'm going to cross here into this one, because this is the most important thing of the bag. If you make the bag shrimp bag, this is what make it the shrimp bag. So if you know how to design this, that will be very easy for you. Just design, put it wherever you want it to put it with your own bead and colors. So we make 2. We are going to continue to make it 4. We're going to continue to make 4 of it. 1 2, then we do it on this one. So I'm just putting the same number of bead over here on my line, and I'm going to cross it again in the next bead. So this is the same number of bead, 2 flowers and one bead on each line. Then I'm going to cross into the next bead. Cross, cross, and pull the other line through the same bead. And pull. So once we know how to create this, I'm going to do the 4th one off camera. I'll leave 2 in between and do it on the next one. Here the 4th one too is complete. I'm going to continue on the side and then do it on the other side too. So I'm going to continue to do it here and on the other side. Look at this, guys. Here our shrimp bag is almost complete. I made it all around. You can design yours how you want it, the colors that you want. Look at how pretty it looks like. Look at how the black shows very bright in this. It makes it pop. Very, very beautiful. Very simple. You can make yours, decide to use the colors that you like to make this bag. Make it for your friends, make it for your loved ones. We are almost complete with the bag, and this is the handle we are going to put on it. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to make this handle, bag handle. So here it is. It's very flexible, not very long. This is the size that I want, and I'm going to use these are the side, okay, 1, 2. This is where we're going to fix the handle. So the first one, I'm just going to put it like this, and we are going to put the first handle, we are going to attach it over there. I'm going through this bead, and I'm going to add 1 bead to my line. And I'm going to go through a bead on the bag. I'm going to go through the next bead on the bag. This one. I'm going to cross both ends of my line into this bead and pull. I'm going to go to the next bead, this line into the next bead. And I'm going to hold the other line and go to the next bead on the handle, this one. I'm going to cross both ends of my line into a bead and pull. See, this is how it's going to emerge into the bead. This is how it's showing. I'm going to go to the next one. Go to the next bead. And another bead. I'm going to go to this bead on the handle. So I'm crossing my line into this bead and pull. And this is how it's looking like. Let me turn it this way. I'm going through this bead, and I'm going to pull my line through the rest of the bead and pull. So over here, I'm just weaving the rest of the line into the bead to make it strong and firm. Then we are going to attach the same thing. This is how it's looking like, okay? This is how it's looking like. The rest of this line, I'm going to weave it back into the bead and pull. So I'm going to attach the same way. We are going to repeat the same thing over here on the second side. Over here, like this. You attach it over here and hook it over there, like how we did for the first one. This is how it's looking like. Very, very beautiful and pretty bag. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending this time with me again. Please subscribe and share my videos to friends and loved ones. And also, please turn on your notification for any new video that I'll be uploading. Thank you for watching, and thank you for spending this time with me again. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.